From the beginner to the professional, from the novice to the master, from playing and experimenting with things to create a masterpiece. These are all the elements of art. And art is our medium of our show. And our art is sound. Hi, I'm L.V. Smith, host of the show Sounds Within, and starting a new season here for the year 2017. Well, I like to give props to a fellow producer, Eric Bailey by name, who has a great show called Behind the Curtain. And I was working his show, and he had this guy who was just killing the keyboard, and I just said, Eric, you got to hook me up with him. So he introduced me to this guy called Will Kimsey, who's a monster keyboardist. I mean, he's involved with the church, but he plays a lot of great secular stuff. So we're going to meet old Will Kimsey right here. Welcome to Sounds Within. I cannot thank you enough for coming.
Well, thanks, LV. I'm glad that you have me here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll share that blessing. Well, anyway, I'm going to hit you with my favorite question. Yeah, oh, yes, that one. What makes Will Will?
I've been thinking about that, and that what makes Will Will is his music.
His music, why do you say that?
Well, aside from that old saying where there's a will, there's a way, music is my life, man. You know, I didn't and haven't wanted to do anything else but the music.
I'm a late starter, but I love that answer. Now, here's really the question I'm going to hit you with. I want you to dig in your memory banks and go way back, as far as you can ever remember. What was the very first sound you ever remember hearing?
A piano.
Why do you say that?
Because I started when I was 5. And everybody in our family had musical training, music lessons growing up. You know, back in the day, you had to have that kind of thing, you know. So my sisters were taking piano lessons, and my brother also, and found a piece of sheet music. And I asked, well, what is this? You know, and it turned out to be the theme song from the old movie Exodus. This land is mine, God gave this land to me. I learned the first 4 bars of it after I begged and pleaded with him to teach it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was hooked.
That would do it. That would do it. Now, okay, but I'm going to lead to this question. Then, since you brought a keyboard, you're not going to play Exodus. What will you play for us?
A song that my wife wrote, and it's called His Whole World Is Me. It's about our dog.
We'll talk about that after we hear
His Whole World Is Me.
This Whole World with Me with Will Kimsey.
This is Will Kimsey. You're tuned in to Sounds Within, hosted by L.V. Smith.
Hi, I'm L.V. Smith, host of the show Sounds Within. When I'm not producing television, I like to look at Behind the Curtain with Eric Bailey.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it,
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got, or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster.
Hi, I'm L.V. Smith, host of the show Sounds Within, which comes on Fridays, 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. Hey, be sure you tune in and watch Thursday Night Live with Jeff Hodge, Thursday at 10 p.m. See you then. This Whole World Is Me by Will Kimsey's wife, who is
Her name is Nicole.
Nicole Kimsey. Thank you so much.
I had a teacher in junior high that used to call me Whimsy, so I think you almost went there.
That was not by design. Now, you were going to say how this song came about your dog?
Yeah, we have two dogs, Miles Davis and Quincy Jones. And Miles, when he was a puppy, my wife and he, I guess, were playing, and short version, and he gave her the sad puppy dog eye routine.
Mm-hmm.
And the lyrics just came out of her, and she wrote them down, gave it to me one day, and started humming a melody and said, could you do something with this? So I kind of reverse engineered the song, and that's how it came out.
Wow, tell us about Quincy and Miles.
Miles is a Shih Tzu, and Quincy's a Shih Tzu poodle. And Quincy's younger than Miles by about 4 years, and Quincy's the bad one.
Why do you say bad?
He doesn't listen. No, she loves Quincy, and I kind of like Miles, so I think we're going to keep the match set.
So the feelings are mutual.
There you go. There you go. Mm-hmm.
Now let's dig back a bit here. What was the very first sound that motivated you to say, besides that chart to led you to the theme of Exodus, what sound motivated you to say, hey, I'm going to stick with the piano?
Well, I think growing up, I had a lot of different influences. My dad was a jazz man. Mom was Negro spirituals and anthems and classical. Having 4 sisters, one was pop, another one kind of fluctuated all over the place. One liked show tunes, my brother liked 70s stuff and Village People and all the disco, and then you get me, I like anything popular, current gospel, and jazz, so I had a wide variety, including classical and some polka.
So you couldn't stay in one world of music? Well,
I had to play a polka at a wedding once. Much prop to Lawrence Welk. That stuff is hard. I kind of stick more traditional, but I do listen to some stuff that most people call avant-garde, and on occasion I might throw an avant-garde element into my music, but pretty much I stick with the general 3-6-2-5-1, and not bombard the listener with stuff that's like, that's too out there. Let me change the station, because I would like to keep my listeners.
I like the stuff of people when they stretch and go to other realms. And the audience is growing more and more to that. Would you agree?
They're starting to, but there's also still to me a large segment that still likes the traditional stuff, that they want to keep what their ear can handle and not take things too far out, like to play in the safety net, if you will,
I feel you. Okay, Okay, well, what are you going to do for your next song? You said your wife wrote 2 songs. Nicole wrote 2 songs, that's right?
Right. This next one is called I'm in Love with You. And she tells me it's about me. No, it is. It is. She wrote it about me when we were first dating. I've known her since high school, actually, and lost touch for a bit. And due to the power of technology, we got back together, and we've been married over 4 years and been together over 7.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Will Kimsey, what are you going to play now again?
It's called I'm in Love with You.
I'm in Love with You by Will Kimsey.
This is Bridget Purdy,
And this is Monkeyhead.
and you are watching LV Smith.
Sounds Within.
Okay. Hello, this is Nice Wonder, the Now Man Show, and I'm here at Politicon with our founding fathers right now.
Hi, I'm LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within, which comes on every Friday, 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. When I'm not producing that show, I like to watch Jamz Jones Jr.'s show, which is called Anybody Can Play Guitar, which comes on Fridays at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. See you then. I'm in Love with You, performed by Will Kimsey, written by Nicole Kimsey. We gotta have her come on sometimes.
I'll see what I can do about that one. She likes to stay behind the scenes.
Definitely, but like Gretel Garbo in Spirit, she wants to be private.
Pretty much. Keeps to herself.
Nothing wrong with that. Same here with mine. Tell us about that song.
Well, like I said, it was when we first started dating. And song just came to her mind. So she again asked me to put it to music. So that's what I did. And when I mentioned about reverse engineering, I kind of want to clarify if I could. Usually when I write my music, I was taught, and I went to Berklee College of Music, by the way. I was taught to write from the bottom up. I didn't study just how to play. I studied composition, arranging, performance, and a few classes in engineering and all of that stuff. So bottom up meaning instrument-wise. So I lay down the drums, figure out what I'm going to do, and that's this baby that is like my oldest child. There's had it since he was new, 20-something years old.
We gotta
little
talk
drum
about
machine.
that child. Will you come back again?
I will come back again.
Because we have this demon called time,
Yes.
and it's horrible.
Okay.
But you are so talented and so fortunate. We are so fortunate to have you here. So we're going to have you come back again and tell us about your brainchild and more about the music.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. With that being said, this is LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within with Will Kimsey. Do tune in again where we follow up on this wonderful music journey.
What's up, everybody? This is King Soul.
What's happening? This is Willie Will, y'all.
Analog Kid, what up?
What's up? This is Q.
And you guys are watching us on Sounds Within.
My poetry is about viewing the world as I saw it as a young man, and down through the ages I continued to write verse. I used that as a creative expression, but it also helped me through life because I could address certain issues, certain feelings, and certain appreciations. I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak, and suddenly I realized I was there where those other people were. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Hi, I'm LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within. This show comes on every Friday at 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. However, when I need to really have something to smile about, I tune in every Saturday, 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. to watch Smile, Spread a Little Joy with Smile Lady, aka Dr. Deborah Johnson. So tune in then. See you then.